Blonde bombshell belief. B3. Okay. First question under the question and answer category. You heard about the hurricane. You know about the impact it could have on the state of North Carolina. How does that affect you? Well, you are right. Mr. 8.5 years is in North Carolina. I don't wish him any ill will. I wish him safety above all else. Other than that, I wish everyone in the state of North Carolina safety, and I hope that they can recover from this terrible ordeal of a hurricane. Number 2, bobcats. Why is this so endeared to you? Why are you fighting it so hard? I know that, we go out and we like to hunt animals for sport. We like to see them on our trophy case, right? I don't even hunt. But there's some that do hunt. And for those, it would be wrong for me to say, don't go out there and hunt. I mean, look at the deers that get in front of the car every year. Even though I don't approve of deer hunting, there is meat with that procedure that can be fed to people. With bobcats, there's no meat that you can feed people. It's just a cat that preys upon the same thing that you do, which is deer and rabbit. And to me, it's heartless and inhumane to hunt bobcats. The third question. You're going to the Luke Bryan concert tomorrow night. What is your take on this? I love Luke, don't get me wrong, and I'm excited about going. However, I've heard from 2 of my friends lately, have you really stopped and think not only about the crowd situation you're going to be in, but you get that big of a crowd, there's not going to be crowd control, and people don't always act like they should. Well, in life, people don't always act like they should. And all you can do is pray and hope for the best and really hope for everybody's safety and well-being at the concert. Looking back now, I would think that I should have possibly not requested to go to the concert. I know that's something I never thought I would hear me say, but there's a lot of reasons. Had I known the situation with Grandma and her health, definitely I don't think I would have been going to the concert because I don't like the idea of being away from the house right now. And I have some baby kittens that I love to feed every night. And of course, my workout. It bothers me deeply that, here's the next question. Are you working out tonight and tomorrow? Question 3. Well, my game plan was to earlier work out and then go get my hair done. That didn't happen, and a lot of circumstances came into play, but that's okay. Going 2 nights in a row is really not acceptable. And one of my friends has been nice enough to offer me a ride home from the concert so I could come right home, get what I need done, and not have to worry about it. However, since my nieces bought the tickets, my mother is practically demanding that I spend the night there at her house. Her reason being is that I want to work Thanksgiving, and she thinks that we all need time together. Personally, I have bills. That's why I'm volunteering to work Thanksgiving. I had to borrow some money from a friend. Nobody else would help out, and I'm having to pay that friend back. So honestly, I don't like the idea of being away from the house, and I'm uneasy about it. Question number 5. Have you had a good vacation? It's had its moments. I won't say it's been all bad. A lot of funny moments, up and down moments. Question 6, have you been eating properly? We've had some unforeseen expenses where, you just don't see a lot of food, and that's okay. I'm not starving by any means. To me, I look at this and I see how fat I am, but that's just me and my self-consciousness. But I live basically on cereal, apples with 2 apples and a tablespoon of peanut butter, a cup of shredded wheat. That's something new I've added lately. A thing of yogurt, just 1 container, the little size. 1 banana. And blueberries are now out of season, so I can't find those anywhere. What else do I eat? Lean cuisine, herb roasted chicken. Like I said, I try to make the best of it. I'm not so worried that if I eat, I worry about if my grandparents eat right now. And that matters most to me. I think that's next question. I think we're up to question 5. Why are you learning how to bake, and is it fun? I guess that's 5 and A, 5B. 5A is I'm getting older, and to be the perfect picture wife, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And if I can learn how to cook, then I guess Mr. Right will come along quicker. Is it fun? For me, if everybody leaves me alone, I get in the zone. I kid you not. And it's like, wow, I can cook. I can measure out everything properly because I have my own special set of measuring cups. And blam, it's like magic. It works. Number 7, or is it 6? Okay, I'm trying here. It's harder to keep up with since I don't have the list of questions over here, and I'm having to shoot this video not where I usually shoot it because for some reason I don't have good lighting in my bedroom. Don't understand that. Will you be doing your costume shoot this year for Facebook, since you are against costumes now? Honestly, I'll tell you a little secret. I was going to surprise you all tonight and sing in my country girl costume, which was not my second pick. Here's another question. We're going to just stop putting numbers because there's so many questions. I'm trying to get to all of them. This question was, what was your second outfit that did not get bought this year because you didn't have the money? Well, honestly, it was a camouflage bride. I thought it was just so stylish, and if I would have had the money, I would have probably got that as a second costume. It didn't happen, and sorry about that. However, I don't really know what to do with the computer going out like this. It's a shame Staples has now went out of business. But, no, I didn't get the camouflage bride. I did get a country girl outfit that I planned to sing. I was country when country wasn't cool. And she had another song I was going to sing by Barbara Mandrell. But without the music and karaoke, you're just going to get me tonight. I know, how boring and dull, right? Next question. I'm really trying to remember everything you guys have said, but it's really hard. Have you been practicing your piano? Yes, when I get a chance, but lately I've upped my ante around here and trying to get more done than I would normally, and finding time for that is few and far between. I would love some new books for my piano, but again, now that the computer has went kaput, I don't know what the future holds. I can tell you this much. This next question was about Halloween. Am I looking forward to it? Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Somehow or other, I promise you, I don't know how, but I will be doing a tribute shoot this year in my costume that I am wearing. That's going to be a busy day on Halloween because I usually get dressed up, stay dressed up for the whole day, but Grandma has an appointment with Dr. Michael that day. So then I'm going to be finding myself going to that and also going to work dressed up to participate in the work dress-up thing. And let's see. Treating the kids, of course, duh. I love treating the kids in costume. And I love seeing the reaction, and that I usually make them guess. And if they cannot guess what I am, I try and I don't make them cry. I just like, okay, you get 2 guesses, and depending on those guesses, depends on how much candy you get. And I'm not stingy with candy, trust me. I always make sure that the kids, when they come, they get treated well. That's just because I long to be a mother myself, and I really hope and pray that I am blessed someday. Then we have the next question. Next question is, as we get closer to the holidays, is it going to be different for you this year? Honestly, yes, it is. Going through this credit counseling, I realized how much I was spending on others and placing my needs and wants last. It's just like, I would love to see Chris Young in Moline, Illinois in December. But I can honestly tell you, that's not going to happen. I may never get to see Chris Young. And that's unfortunate. But I can tell you, I am working hard at staying fit and healthy. And as for looking for Mr. Right, you know, you guys, oh my land. If you message a woman on Facebook or Meet Me or POF or whatever dating application you want to call it, I cannot stress this enough. Do not put a cartoon character in there. Do not put a picture of some fictitious thing that doesn't exist, or you and some other woman, because I don't want a man who's dating anybody else but me, okay? And I have standards, and if you don't meet those standards, then sometimes you're not worthy of getting a message back. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. This is already bugging me. My hair, not you guys. Anyway, my next question that I was asked, if I can remember correctly, what song is your favorite song that you would like to sing on YouTube? I have sung so many on YouTube, and honestly, I believe that every song I do my best, or I try my best at, and hope and pray you all watch it and don't give me the thumbs down. And honestly, I don't know what else to tell you guys. If I was to sing a new song tonight, it was going to be some Barbara Mandrell, and also some Forrester Sisters, and the Girls Next Door, not those Hugh Hefner girls. There was a cut group back in the 80s called the Girls Next Door. Their big hit was Slow Boat to China. Anyway, I don't remember the rest of the song, so you're not going to get the rest of the song. Sorry. I'll think of the rest here in a minute. This was a funny one. Because you made the sign about meeting Luke Bryan and posting it to Facebook and the video, do you think that you'll get the opportunity? I may be blonde, but I'm not dumb. So, in all honesty, to me, if you're going to have a concert, and this is nothing against Luke, and I'm so thrilled that Rhett Akins is going to be there, because in all honesty, I love Rhett probably more than I do Luke. It's just, I have a history with Rhett, and I even made him a scrapbook, and I took the scrapbook to him, and the moment he saw the scrapbook, he's like, you're not getting this back, I'm keeping it. And he just was so personal and down to earth. And it's such a shame to me that the guy who sings "I Break for Brunettes," and even though he says blondes and Corvettes, that part is my favorite. And the song that, of course, one of his all-time hits to me is "She Said Yes." I always pictured that at my wedding, and I hope someday I get to use it. But anyway, that's another story. But to me, his career should have been more or less singing. I know he loves songwriting, but I love his singing. And I honestly think some of the songs that he's done for like Blake Shelton and also Luke Bryan, just to name two, if he would do them himself, and even have Thomas Rhett do like a duet with him, not just for like the YouTube people or at concerts, just those two on a record that they could sell, it would be outstanding. He would like have a great career on his own again. That's just my personal take. So you all can be excited about Luke Bryan, which I am too, don't get me wrong, but I'm more excited about Rhett Akins. And I would love to meet Rhett again, actually. I have a picture that I found today that was taken in the 90s when I was heavier than I am today. And I would just like to see his reaction and be like, "So, you think I'm the same chick?" But anyway, other than that, let's see. There's so much I'm going to cover. I covered the dating situation, the Bobcats. It just irritates me to no end. Voting. I've already voted. I was an early balloteer voting thing, and to me, both sides have done a smear campaign. So how can you honestly pick one or the other? It's like they both are out to make the other one the worst possible person you could choose for president. And that's not a great situation for our United States. Stop doing the smear campaigns. Do it with facts and numbers. I've already casted my vote, and I don't care to share who I'm voting for. That was one of the questions. Who am I voting for on November the 8th? Well, I've already voted, and may the best person get the election. I'm not a political person. I am more of a person that is into singing and wildlife, as well as dogs, cats, and my relationship advice for you all. You know, one of my dearest friends is going through an odd situation. I mean, they seem like the best couple. They complement each other. Yet, he makes hurtful comments that kind of bring her down. Now, this comment that he made to her recently was, "You know what? I could go out and get me another woman anytime I wanted to and replace you." And I'm thinking to myself, how can you trust this man? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've been hurt too many times. But how can you trust a man that says, "You know what? I could go replace you anytime I wanted to, honey. You're expendable." No. And that's not even a bad joke. That's something you need to look at from all angles. Be cautious, examine it, and definitely, I hate to say this, and I know some of my guy friends are probably going to take offense to this, but if you have to go through his cell phone, you have to do it. And if he thinks that that's an invasion of privacy, that tells you everything you need to know. He's cheating. You know, one thing I have learned doing this videos with you all is I feel so much more confident. I feel like if you go back and watch the other videos, you can see that I've definitely outcome my little shell, and I'm not the lady that I used to be. I am now the woman that I am, and I feel pretty confident in that. My PCOS awareness, I think, did really well. It brought about a lot of people knowing now what is PCOS, and knowing that we are all in this together. We're searching for a cure, and me, myself, and I, even at age 39, we're doing a lot of praying and hoping that Donna gets to be a mom and a wife first, of course, but we'll just have to see what goes on there. have I outlawed adoption? That was a major question. I have not outlawed adoption. You know, if I had my way, and things would be totally different, but you can't force a situation. IVF, even though it would be expensive and there's a good chance with PCOS, I probably would not be able to carry to full term. It would still be biological. And I know that shouldn't make a difference. And, you know, I've had this conversation inside and out with most of my friends lately because of, you know, getting older and my age. And everybody's harping on that, let me tell you. But I honestly think that adoption is not out of the picture. And in the future, yes, if IVF doesn't work out or if Mr. Right doesn't come along, I won't put a date on here and go, okay, you know what, August 3rd, I turn that big number that we don't discuss, and if I don't have a kid by then, I'm adopting. I just think that would be wrong. I will say that I'm heavily looking at the situation and I'm examining all the areas of it, and I pray for the best. The nursing situation in Grandma, that was another question that you all asked. Well, let me answer that for you. Grandma is doing much better. We have struggled with the visiting nurses a lot. From the moment of, like I said last time, I touched on it a little bit. I didn't expand a whole lot. I probably shouldn't expand a whole lot this time either, because they seem to have improved. But I will say, when you go into somebody's house and you don't know them and you don't really know the situation, you shouldn't judge people. And we went through a financial hardship with that one of their suggestions. The next to last week of September, after, you know, we got her home and everything, they had started picking on the chair that she was sitting in, saying, you see that flaw there in the chair? She needs a new chair. You see that little piece of hole right here in her apron? She needs a new apron. And Grandpa has a tendency to raise his voice, but it's only because she has a hole in this eardrum, and over here, she's just definitely lost her hearing because of all the years of having to overcompensate for this ear. And they tried to say that Grandpa was being abusive, which that was not the case. And, you know, to me, people have the right to run their own health care. They have a right to run their own home. No one should be given the right to come in and tell you how to, A, purchase furniture, B, purchase clothing. And to me, the patient was put last. But I'm now glad that situation seems to have rectified itself. On my Instagram, I feel like this is noteworthy. I really wish that Instagram would show us who's watching the videos, kind of like YouTube. YouTube does give you demographics of how many male and females are watching and what videos, whereas Instagram doesn't give you that option. I really wish Instagram would have the option of seeing who is watching your videos, and it would be nice. Also, there's so many fake profiles out there. Let's cover that. I have had, from Meet Me to Instagram to Facebook, people message me, and they seem to know me, but they want to keep their identity hidden. And before everybody goes, oh my gosh, it's your father. It's not my father. He hasn't talked to me since I was 18. Why would he start now? I honestly believe that it's people that know me or know the situations I've been in because it's more recent and they just don't want to share their identity, which I think that's very immature. And if you don't share your identity and you keep your anonymity, what good is it? And why are you even keeping in contact? There was a situation during the month of June where my grandparents got a card in the mail from a gentleman named Some Guy. Now, closer to my birthday, Some Guy, which was odd enough and strange enough, when the piano was bought, he became a little bit more distant and argumentative with me. And when my birthday hit, I really thought that I would get a card from Some Guy. But that didn't happen. So I honestly wonder about Some Guy. And he just magnificently, we kind of had words 2 or 3 days before my birthday because he knew that I hoped and I prayed for a situation to come true. And you all know this. You've seen the videos. I'm not saying anything new here about Mr. CB. And he was just like going, well, you don't need to get your hopes up. And, you know, trying to be so blasted me. But I don't understand why the secrecy? Why the need to try and fool me? It doesn't make a sense. I'm missing my workout tonight. I won't lie. But I will say, I feel like during this short vacation, this part is short, it needs to be a little longer. I'm actually enjoying the housework. I'm enjoying doing all the rearranging of stuff that I've been doing. And I think that it's going to be more homey. Does that make sense? Probably not. I miss singing for you guys. I really wanted to sing tonight, so my heart's broken on that. I'm in the bathroom. Can you see the shower? That was one of the questions, was where do you shoot your videos? Well, usually I shoot them in my bedroom. No lie. But tonight, we're having to become creative. We're using the cell phone. Let's see. How did my doctor's appointment go? I didn't really touch on that. I touched a little bit. I didn't touch a whole lot. So let's touch a whole lot. My doctor's appointment went well. In fact, we hit all the points we needed to hit. I was really happy that he said I have stabilized my weight. And that was what we were wanting to do, you know. However, he was very hard about talking about something that makes me very nervous. He gave me a speech about having to trust and dreams and hopes and all that stuff. And he said, you know, just because one doctor leaves the area doesn't mean that you should not... Sorry. It's a hard topic. You should not go and see one of those doctors. And I did have an appointment scheduled about this time last year, and I canceled it. And he says, nobody can make you do it. You have to choose to do it on your own. And as I told him, unless there's a need, I don't see a reason. Meaning, if there's not a man in my life, and that's a hard pill to swallow, I didn't see a reason. And he, of course, he brought up the situations of other people, famous people, who was left untreated, and then it went into cancer, and that option was taken away. Or they would have kids, and they would have abnormalities, or it would be a high-risk pregnancy. And it's a tough topic for me. But hopes and dreams do come true, and if I get to that point where I believe again, maybe I'll entertain that topic. He really wants me to think about that. It's rough. For a lot of reasons. Not just because of the PCOS and when I'm scared of cysts, and I'm scared of what they could find and what that would mean. But I was dilated in the office when I was about 8 years old. And that alone can leave scarring emotionally because there was no warning. There was no what was the doctor going to do. And I tense up, I get stressed out, and it's just not a good situation. I guess that's one reason I'm kind of scared of that idea. And I know that's a terrible thing to be scared of that idea, and I know it's not the same area, but just that it never goes away. Just so many little things this week. Uh-oh, my makeup's messing up. I'm trying to think of everything that's went on this week and get it all smudged up into one. I believe in doing something extra to brighten somebody else's day. It doesn't have to be an overly expensive gesture. It just has to be a gesture that you're thinking of them. Take, for instance, what I did for my cousin, Penny McDowell. Shout out to Penny. When she told me, when I posted a picture that I had done some brownies for Grandma, and she said, well, my birthday's coming up Saturday. Well, I knew I wasn't going to be here Saturday, that I was going to the Luke Bryan concert, so I decided that I was going to take it upon myself and ask what she would like made. She said, well, a strawberry cake with icing. And I don't think she thought that I took her seriously, but I did. Because family is important. And I went ahead and I baked 2 cakes. And Grandma and Grandpa got 1 cake, which that was their way of celebrating with Penny and celebrating her birthday. And, of course, Penny got a cake. And that makes my heart feel good, knowing that I can do something small to make others feel better. I hope that passes on to all of you out there. Do something small, a small gesture. It doesn't have to mean a lot, to make others feel better. If you know someone's hungry, get them an apple, a donut, hell. Do whatever you can just to make that person feel better. Small gestures leave the biggest footprint or heartprint on other people's heart. And I'm speaking from experience. It wasn't a small gesture, it was a big gesture that one of my friends helped me out when I needed it most. And I'm repaying that friend. And that, to me, is a lot. Whew, this has been a long blonde bombshell one. Oh, this will be funny for some of you. And it was kind of funny for me when it happened. I was talking with this guy this week on POF. And, sometimes these men, you just have to roll your eyes. We were talking about relationships, and I told him how I was an old-fashioned woman. I didn't believe in all of this today's modern stuff. And you know what he called me? Bat crap, and I'm being nice, crazy. Honestly, I'm more sane than most of the people on those websites. Check it out. I'm not going to be singing for you tonight, but I wish you all the best. God bless.